It's been 8 years since Dragon Ball Super aired its first episode. When I think back on the series, I'm very fond of it. It's not as good as Dragon Ball Z, but it has some fantastic moments both in fight scenes and for fan favorite characters like Krillin and Yamcha. They both get a lot of love. But it feels like for everything it did well, it did something just as bad, if not worse. You know, 1 step forward, 2 step back. Like this scene with Gohan.
Look at you, drained of every last drop.
Now, a lot of people don't like this scene, and I get why. At first, I didn't like it either. I thought it was very dumb. But I want to argue that this scene works for Gohan. Before we look at the scene in depth, let's ask why do people like Gohan in the first place? Well, his design is great, he's fun to watch fight, and he's experienced some of, if not the most growth out of any character in the series. I don't need to be a scholar to explain in depth why people like him. We just do. That's why this scene upsets a lot of people. It just makes Gohan look so pathetic. But remember, this is the TV anime version of the scene. The Resurrection F movie did the scene completely differently. Seeing Gohan get one shot by Frieza is a far better way of establishing how strong Frieza has gotten, but when we look at Gohan's arc in the anime as a whole, this scene actually has a point. It's been established that too much energy can severely hinder or even destroy one's body. The Kaioken, Frieza's final and golden forms, Trunks going into his evolved Super Saiyan form, Goku's Super Saiyan 3 form, and even the Moro arc in the manga has demonstrated this. It's not that Gohan can't turn Super Saiyan, which admittedly is a pretty dumb line, him saying, "Oh, I don't think I can do it."
Tell me, Gohan, have you been keeping up with your training? Because it doesn't look like it.
No, not really. But don't worry, I can still go Super Saiyan when I need to, probably.
But that his Super Saiyan form is so powerful that his body can't take it. Now please bear with me on this next point. I'm about to drop a bombshell on you guys. Gohan is not Goku. Why does Goku fight? Just to fight. Just to keep growing stronger, to fight new people. But why does Gohan fight? Because ever since his introduction, he's been told he has to fight. He was kidnapped by Piccolo and practically forced to fight Nappa and Vegeta.
We can use this time to train. You and me can spar the way we've been doing.
I've done what I can to train you, and it was a waste of time. Why are you even still here?
He didn't fly to Namek knowing Frieza was going to be there. Goku forfeited against Cell and told Gohan to fight him, which led to this exchange between Piccolo and Goku.
And he's probably wondering why his father refuses to step in and save him. Open your eyes. Regardless of how strong he may or may not be, he's still a child you've left alone.
It really wasn't until the Buu Saga where Gohan took the initiative to fly headfirst into battle with Goku and Vegeta. Whereas Goku has always chosen to run into the fight on his own merit. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying this is bad, far from it. Gohan has always had some kind of arc going on though. Getting over his fear in the Saiyan Saga, learning to control his power in the Frieza and Cell sagas, and learning to juggle being a fighter and a scholar and a student in the Buu Saga and Super. Gohan has always had different goals than Goku. He fights because the villains are threatening or outright killed everyone he cares about. Which brings me back to this. Gohan's arc in Dragon Ball Super is learning the consequences of not training diligently, and begins by showing Gohan at his lowest point in the entire series. A good story needs its characters to have highs and lows in their arcs, and this happens to be Gohan's lowest point. This moment is worth it because we get to see Gohan willingly get back into training.
But I'm training with Piccolo again so I can get back into fighting shape. Frieza really opened my eyes. I have a family now I need to protect. I never want to feel like I failed him again.
Which makes all the fights he's in during the Tournament of Power so awesome. We've seen him at his lowest, but through his own effort he climbed back up to heights even greater than that in the Buu Saga. This arc of getting stronger is even reflected in the way he plays in Dragon Ball FighterZ. His level 1 super changes his properties the more you use it. At level 1, his machine gun kick changes, which allows for extra ways to get in and buffs to the combos he can do.
You're not getting away. You're not getting away.
You're not getting away.
It also changes his auto combo, which allows for extended pressure and meter gain. At level 3, he gets 2 air dashes or 1 air dash after using his double jump. At level 5, he is able to cancel any normal into one another when normally it's impossible to go from a heavy normal into a light one. At level 7, he can cancel all his special moves into one another. But let's get back to the anime. Sadly, Gohan fell into old habits during the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie. Thankfully, he's nowhere near as weak as he was in the Frieza saga, but Piccolo is right to point out that Gohan is slacking off on his training. But why is he slacking off? Well, it's not because he's lazy or he hates training or that he has no drive to do it. He's getting invested in his research. This is not only his job, but he's very passionate about it too. Just like Goku is passionate about fighting and training. How much does Gohan have going on? He has training, work, research, being a father, being a husband, and being the great Saiyan man. Remember back when Universe 6 and 7 were about to fight? Well, Goku asked Gohan to join, but he had a conference to get to.
What am I supposed to do here? What's the right thing for my family? Sorry, it's just not gonna work. There's too much going on. I've got this conference, and if I don't show, I could lose my job.
This is a major part of Gohan's character, and to just dismiss these parts of his character by asking, well, why doesn't he just skip and go fight, is wrong. Do we ask why Yamcha just doesn't give up baseball to train? Or ask why Frieza doesn't suddenly stop being racist? We don't ask these questions because we know that these traits are key parts of these characters' identities. Gohan wouldn't be the same if he suddenly dropped everything to train. I like Gohan more because of these struggles. It makes him more relatable in some ways compared to Goku. We can't relate to training under 100 times Earth's gravity, but we can relate to having to choose between getting a gym session in, working on a hobby, or having to work extra hours during the week. I think this scene is supposed to upset us. It's designed to make us think, what the hell happened to Gohan? And it helps Gohan push himself to the Gohan we have today. You can fail time and time again, but the real warriors never let it keep them down for long. This is one scene out of thousands in which Gohan is awesome. You know the meme that Gohan looks a lot like Yamcha from the Cell Saga? Well, maybe Gohan learned a valuable lesson that Yamcha learned in the past too.
Man, if I don't hurry, I'm gonna be late for the conference.